There are 20 games on the Lemonade League schedule, and today we have reached game number 20. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Adam Jaxa. Welcome back in one final time to Cooley Law School Stadium during the 2020 summer. A summer unlike any other, but Adam, we have seen college baseball, and today we wrap up this summer schedule.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch these guys compete. 20 games, we've seen some great defensive plays, a la last night, some long home runs, and a lot of runs in general. Been fun to cover.
Hey, let's relive the memories of last night. Let's watch a long home run, and let's watch some great defense going back into last night's highlights. We begin early on. Top of the first inning, the Lugnuts got things going. Colin Cornwell's been a hitting machine.
Well, we know when the Lugnuts are good, they score early, and Colin Cornwell continues to set the table for the Lugnuts offense.
How about Mark Connolly following up a base hit, and Colin Cornwell aggressively heads all the way to third base.
Well, that's why they were so consistent last night. 1 through 4, the Lugnuts were dominant in the lineup.
Hashtag situational hitting. Zaid Walker, a sac fly to right field, and it's 1-0 Lugnuts. The Locos would come back, but first Nick O'Day gets out of that top of the first inning, the strikeout of Joey Paywan, and then Derek Slocum didn't have his command.
Yeah, he didn't, and that allowed the Locos to take the lead and get back into this game early on. They were going back and forth with the Lugnuts.
So it was 1-1 in the first inning, and then Slocum came out in the second inning and more trouble. There's a wild pitch following another walk, and there were Locos on the bases. There's Adam Purdy again, went around too far, but on this wild throw to third base by Garrett Williams, that brings in Brandon Shire, and the Locos right back on the scoreboard, followed up by a Michael Steigel's RBI double for a 3-2 lead.
His 6th double in the league, that leads the Lemonade League altogether.
Ryan Steinhauer, though, gets out of the jam with a strikeout, and then Andrew Morrow, flex your muscles.
We talked about it last night. It had been a while, early August, since the Lugnuts' last home run, and Morrow, the first Lugnut to hit 2 or more home runs in the league.
With the high finish. The Lugnuts would start to add on runs. That was a 6-run top of the third inning, and there's Ryan Steinhauer making it stand up. The lefty looked great out of the pen. And on the other side, the Lugnuts offense did not stop hitting. Van Acker with a 2-run single.
Yeah, outside of some great defensive work from Acker, he also had a couple hits last night, a double and a single as well to help the Lugnuts cause.
Oh, believe you me, we'll get to that defense, but first, Mark Connolly back into the act. That's an RBI double to left center.
I mean, all 5 guys at the top of this order got on 3 or more times last night for the Lugnuts. They continued to pour it on throughout the game.
They're not done. Joey Paywan, RBI double to right field. That welcomed the new reliever, Ryan Abent, at the end of the game. It was a 14-run output for the Lugnuts offense, and now defense.
Well, Van Acker, look at this, all the way across his body, across the diamond. Phenomenal play by the Concordia man.
I think the third base coach, Pete Romsek, had the best view of that throw. Watch the yellow baseball fly to beat Craig Palladar to first base, and Jordan Beatson took it from there, the slider. That strikes out Jace Preston. That ends the game, and the Lugnuts emerge with the victory, 14-7 in game 19.
That's more of the offense we've seen from the Lugnuts, where they're scoring in double figures. 14 runs, 14 hits, a long ball, stolen bases. They did everything last night, and it was good enough to get them the win.
And that brings us here to game 20. Colin Bradley, the pitching ace, is on the mound for the Locos. On the other side, the very first start in the Lemonade League for George Ferguson. And we'll go through those starting lineups when we return. This is the Lemonade League. With Adam Jackson, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. It is time now to check out the starting lineups here in the Lemonade League. Game number 20, and we begin with the Locos. Adam Purdy to lead things off, followed by Brandon Shire and Michael Steigels. Proctor, Williams, and Compton. McCormick, Preston, and Hattlesea for the Locos in game number 20. Adam Jackson, what do you make of that starting nine?
Well, that's a starting nine that has been really good throughout the second half of the league, and still, even though they lost last night, put up 7 runs. So Purdy sets the table at the top. Adam Proctor is a guy that has had home run swings in this league, hasn't had one yet. Have to keep an eye on the Spartan right there in the cleanup spot this afternoon.
I know you're expecting that first home run to happen anytime. Matthew Williams, by the way, 2 more hits, 2 more walks yesterday. He's batting .455. He moves to the 5 hole. And Colin Bradley on the mound has been an ace.
Well, that's the thing. This offense may not have to do much because of how good Colin Bradley has been. A complete game, and then he had the 6th-inning shutout that he pitched. The last time he took the mound, he has been the most consistent pitcher in the Lemonade League.
Now on the other side, for the Lugnuts, you'll start to recognize these names if you haven't already. They've been familiar, and they've been highly productive for the Lugnuts over the course of the Lemonade League. Cornwell, Connolly, Walker, Morrow, Paywan, Acker, Garrick Williams gets his 2nd straight start, followed by Sotres and Welch.
Well, again, yesterday, the first 6 batters in this order were unstoppable. I mean, multiple hits, walks, they did everything, producing runs, and that's why they scored 14 on 14 hits. What can they do today in the last game of the league to duplicate that performance? We've seen, Jesse, it's been all about the pitchers on these day games.
The left-hander, George Ferguson, making his 2nd Lemonade League appearance. It's his first start, and he really impressed us his first time on the mound.
Yeah, he did. So excited to see what he does against the man that has dominated this league, Colin Bradley. I think it's a really good starting pitch-up matchup, even though it'll be Ferguson's first start.
It has been a league, by and large, dominated by hitting. Not when Colin Bradley's been out there. Bradley against Ferguson, and we've got the national anthem and the first pitch coming up in the Lemonade League. Lemonade League game number 20. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. Adam Jacksa here back by my side after serving as PA announcer yesterday. Pinch hitting for Chris. Chris back in. The Lugnuts ready to take the field on the right side. And let's see some more baseball. And there are the Lugnuts clad in those black and red jerseys with the white pants, the black caps, the red brims. And the left-hander George Ferguson leads out this defense. The catcher for the Lugnuts, Garrick Williams. At first base, Andrew Morrow. Second base, Logan Welch. You see Logan right there getting things all set to go as Morrow leads the infielders through their defensive paces. Shortstop Mark Connolly, the third baseman Van Acker firing it over to the Michigan State Spartan. Andrew Morrow at first base, the home run hitter from yesterday. And the outfield, Joey Paywan is in left. In center field, Colin Cornwell. And in right field, Zaid Walker. And there is Joey Paywan. He had the RBI double in the two-hit game yesterday. And Mark Connolly, an RBI double yesterday. Part of the Lugnuts' 14-hit, 14-run output. They're ready for more offense today to back up the left-hander George Ferguson on the mound for his first Lemonade League start.
Well, a short sample size from George Ferguson. He's pitched 3 innings and only given up 2 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, also hit a batter, but in that small stint, he was very good. So see what he can do in his first Lemonade League start.
Out of Livonia, wearing number 1. And the interesting thing is, in the Lemonade League, both teams have a pitcher wearing number 1. The Lugnuts, here you see Ferguson. On the other side, the Locos, number 1, Nick O'Day. Not generally seen as a common occurrence in baseball for a pitcher even to wear a single digit, but there he is, number 1 in his first start. Ferguson looking to make it a good one. Warm-up pitches are complete. Let's go. Adam Purdy, Brandon Shire, and Michael Steigels coming up. And the home plate umpire Mitch Tresiak ready to determine balls and strikes.
Just another beautiful day in the Lemonade League. We have been graced with absolute gorgeous weather since we got started back in late July, and things the same here as we finish up in late August.
87 degrees in Lansing, Michigan. Adam Purdy, the senior from Concordia. 1:02 p.m. Ball 1. Line drive left field, Paywan in, makes the catch. And Purdy held off the bases.
Well, it's a good outside swing from inside out swing from Purdy, but held up long enough. Paywan, a nice job playing in the sun, making that catch.
And now Brandon Shire steps in, lefty-lefty. That's up. Shire, it's just been remarkable. His secret power has been he draws walks. Pitches to him are allergic to the strike zone. 2 more walks yesterday. Breaking ball for a strike from Ferguson. So now 23 walks for Shire compared to only 7 strikeouts. It has led to an unusual line, Adam. He's hitting 200, but his on-base percentage 556. Ferguson out in front, 1-2. You do not often hear about a player with an on-base percentage 350 points higher than his batting average. 2-2.
You do when you walk as much as Brandon Shire.
Center fielder Cornwell playing him toward left center. We stay right here.
I still remember what he was telling you, Jesse, that when you talked with him in Chat Lemon about drawing as many walks, something that he's not done a ton before, and that's something that he's focused on coming in.
Well, he's down on strikes here on the beauty of a curveball from Ferguson.
Well, and that was going to be the other part. He had mentioned really wanting to limit those strikeouts, which he has in this league, but that was just a filthy pitch. Look at the drop on this on the inside corner, too. Good framework by Garrick Williams to sell it.
Here's Michael Steigels. 2 outs, nobody on. George Ferguson looking today much the same way that he looked the last time that we saw him. And Michael Steigels yesterday, another RBI double. Leads the Lemonade League with 5 doubles. Strike on the outside corner. The batting average 310, the on-base percentage 500. The Oakland Golden Grizzly, a force in the middle part of the Locos order. Backhand by third baseman Acker, long throw. A jump by Morrow, the tag applied, but no, safe the call. Morrow dropped the baseball at first base.
Yeah, otherwise, I think he would have had Steigels because he did apply the tag to him as Michael was running in. But the Locos' half inning continues.
It is called a throwing error on Van Acker. And now here's Adam Proctor. On the check, he did go around. Strike one.
Next time Van Acker's saying, can you just hit it more down the line so I have to run, jump, and throw across my body like I did last night?
If you have not seen his play from yesterday, seek it out. Again, he went around too far. 0-2 for Proctor. Came in the bottom of the 6th inning. Came with Craig Palladar at home plate, a bouncer up the third base line. The backhand by Acker. Momentum took him into foul ground. And Adam, how did he make that throw to first base?
I have no idea. It was phenomenal. It definitely is up there, one of the top 3 or top 5 defensive plays we've seen in the 20 games in the Lemonade League.
And we saw some good ones yesterday. Locos second baseman Brock Henley, the Lugnuts right fielder Zaid Walker. A 1-2 here for Proctor. Steigels takes off. Line drive, base hit right field. Walker to cut it off. Steigels races for third. He's held up right there. A single for Proctor.
Well, since Adam Proctor got into this league, that's pretty much all he's been doing is getting hits. His 4th hit in 5 games. And keeps this half inning alive after the mistake from the third baseman, Van Acker.
When Proctor first joined the league and speaking with the league commissioner, Greg Kiger, the main thing that they were so happy about was he's another catcher. Very difficult to find catchers, and you need them. Matthew Williams now. That's outside with a big breaking ball. Hey, Matthew Williams. What a Lemonade League for the Albion freshman. 13 games, 15 hits, 10 runs scored. The batting average is .455. That's across the inside corner. Usually, Adam, you know, if you're hitting 300, your on-base percentage is 400, you're slugging 500, you're having yourself a whale of a season. So how about when you're hitting .455, your on-base percentage is 526, and you're slugging 636? Two balls and a strike.
Great numbers for Matthew Williams. He's continued to excel, and it wasn't like that at the start. You know, it took him a couple games to kind of get the rhythm and get going, and I think just like for a lot of these guys, get back in the feel of things, playing a live baseball game, and he has just taken off ever since.
Ferguson throws. Gets the call around the outside corner. Well, this inning should be over. The throwing error by the third baseman Acker on what could have been out number 3. Then Proctor the single to put runners at the corners. 2-2. Jammed him. The pitcher for Ferguson handles himself, and that'll do it for the top of the first inning. The error, the single, runners left to the corners, and nobody scores. To the bottom of the first inning, we're about to see the pitching ace himself, Colin Bradley, take the mound.
I make decisions about money. I can earn and save.
I can spend and donate. I'll spend my money well.
Education and hard work set me up to excel.
It's a recipe for success.
Should have thought about that, I guess.
Money lets me share.
I better prepare. Saving's a good lesson to learn.
Because a penny saved is a penny earned.
Teach kids how to earn, save, spend, and donate. Visit chachingusa.org.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
Cottage Inn Pizza is proud to support the Lansing Lugnuts. Cottage Inn has been making gourmet pizzas since 1948. Enjoy their delicious gourmet pizzas, salads, subs, wings, and more. From thin crust to deep dish to gluten-free options and beyond, Cottage Inn Pizzas got you covered. They even have plant-based pizzas available at select locations. Currently offering contactless delivery and curbside pickup to keep you safe while satisfying your pizza cravings. Go to cottageinn.com to find a store near you.
We go to the bottom half of the first inning. Cornwell, Connolly, Walker coming up for the Lugnuts against a Locos defense featuring as its centerpiece the right-hander Colin Bradley. 6'2", 180 pounds. Bradley out of Napoleon High School and the transfer portal right now. And you wonder where he's going to land. Adam, how good has he been?
Well, he's been excellent. If there's college baseball teams sneaking a peek of the Lemonade League and doing a little scouting, they're going to like what Colin Bradley has brought to the table. His third start today, an ERA of 1.23, only has allowed 2 earned runs with just 3 walks and 15 strikeouts, and the Lugnuts batting just 120 against him. So, as we've mentioned, Jesse, he is beyond, by far, the best and most consistent pitcher we've seen in this league.
Colin Cornwell grounds the first pitch he sees up the first base side, but just foul to the right of the bag. He's Adam Jacksa. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. Big thanks and shout out to the crew, to Daniel, Terry, Mitchell, Audrey, the entire production crew. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us for Lemonade League action. And 0-1. Strike 2 for Cornwell, who comes into this plate appearance batting .404. Reaching base 53% of the time. 19 hits for Cornwell, leads the Lemonade League. Down he goes. Strikeout number 1 for Colin Bradley.
Didn't take much time, did it?
No, not at all.
Colin Cornwell has been one of the best hitters in this league, too. To get him down that quickly shows you the dominance that Colin Bradley has brought to the Lemonade League.
Adam checking in, by the way, via the Facebook chat. Paula, Jay, Cindy, Lynn, everybody checking in. Strike 1 to Mark Connolly. I love the message from Jeremy Otto. Jeremy, a tremendous broadcaster. We were missing Chris yesterday on PA. Why? Because according to Jeremy, Chris, PA announced Jeremy's wedding. Line foul down the left side. 0-2 on Connolly. You know what? I think that's a good enough reason.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty darn cool. Chris is very versatile, obviously.
Here comes the 0-2 from Colin Bradley. Nope, missing with the breaking ball. Connolly comes in hitting .340, on base percentage .470. 2 more hits yesterday. The defense, by the way, for the Locos, the catcher Adam Proctor. It's Jace Preston at first, Ben Compton at second. Ben Compton with the early shout out from Lynn Compton via the Facebook chat. Hit dingers, says Lynn. Shortstop Brandon Shire, Matthew Williams at third. That's a flare foul down the left side. And the outfield, Haddlesey in left, Purdy in center, and McCormick in right to support Bradley.
Boy, she's not asking for much, is she?
No, not at all. Connolly is hanging in there tough against Bradley. see Ellie's Place, Capital Region, here in the comments section as well. Big shout out to Ellie's Place. That's foul as well. All the great work that they do. Here comes the director of baseball himself, Chad Roskelly, the boss man. Reloading the home plate umpire Mitch Tresiak with more of those yellow baseballs. 1 out, nobody on. No score. Now that goes to 2-2. Connolly hanging tough against Bradley.
So Ross Kelly's saying, Mark, can you put one in the field of play, please?
Turns out he can. First baseman Preston feeding Bradley. 2 down.
I mean, Bradley's just the complete pitcher. Look at that right there. He doesn't get the strikeout or the easy fly or ground out. He's got to go put the back end work in to finish out that second put out. And he does. Hustles over to first. Easy toss for Preston. Now the bags remain clear.
Colin Bradley was a special guest along with Alex McCormick on this week's Chat Lemon. Zaid Walker serves one in the air, twisting foul down the right side toward the Lugnuts bullpen. And strike 1. And that chased one Lugnuts reliever.
Elliot Patton, was that a gallop, a hop? I don't know what that was.
I don't know either.
It did get the job done. He got out of the way and didn't get hit by the yellow baseball.
By the way, I'll share this Chat Lemon in the Facebook chat. People watching via Facebook, via YouTube, via Vimeo, and via Twitch. Walker takes ball 1. How good was Zaid Walker's day yesterday? Scored 3 runs, reached base 3 times, a single, 2 walks, had a sac fly, stole 3 bases. And he's ahead in the cap now, 2-1.
Well, that's the old Zaid Walker that we were accustomed to really through the first 10 to 12 games of this league, where he was getting on and stealing every single base.
Ground ball to third baseman Williams, and right past him out toward his left. Walker is on. Williams trying to approach that ball to his left, tried for the snatch, and a 2-out base runner here for the Lugnuts.
Well, Williams knew whatever he did, it had to be quick because of the speed that Walker has down the bases. And he went for that scoop, didn't get his mitt all the way on the ground, and the ball tucked underneath of it. And Walker's on again, and we'll look to see if he tries to get in scoring position for his teammate.
An error has gone up there on the scoreboard. I think I just saw a thumbs up out of the dugout from Chad Roskelly. That might be a base hit in the end for Zaid Walker.
I was going to say, I would have gone base hit there. I don't think even if that play is scooped, you're getting Walker at first base.
No. Andrew Morrow. Just to check on Zaid. That's a good thought by Colin Bradley. If he is on, chances are he wants to run. Two straight pickoff throws. Zaid Walker leads the Lemonade League. 14 stolen bases in 15 attempts. He's leaning. There he goes. Morrow fouls it back.
The style points were good. Nice steal and slide. Get the dirty jersey, but you got to go back after the foul ball. Zaid Walker had the best style points on his defensive play last night. We were talking about the top defensive plays in Game 19.
That pickoff throw right into the body of Walker. His play yesterday on that Adam Purdy drive. The slide, the pop up, the finish.
I mean, just popped right up, slide, and came right to his feet.
He's not running. Andrew Morrow takes ball 2.
I think that was the more impressive part. Not the catch, but how quickly he got right up to his feet. I don't even know if he got any grass stains on his pants.
Hitter's pitch here. Fouled off.
Well, same thing for the Lugnuts that the Locos had. 2 outs. They got a runner on and got a couple on before stranded. They were stranded by Now trying to work around the speedy Walker at first base.
Morrow batting .304. Walker's running. Morrow takes ball 3. Walker has stolen base number 15. Don't like the way that Zaid looks there at second base. Kind of went in awkwardly, but there he goes, leading off the bag. And a threat to now take third. 3-2 pitch. Check swing, went around too far for strike 3, and the catcher Proctor finishes things off. Walker stranded in scoring position. 2 strikeouts for Bradley at a scoreless first inning in the Lemonade League. You know, the Lansing Lugnuts' actual 25th anniversary is going to have to wait until next year. But while we're at it, you can purchase a piece of history. There's this 4 bobblehead series. So, Adam, I've got Bo Bichette.
I've got Vlad Guerrero Jr., and they've both got epic flow coming out of the back of these helmets. These are awesome, Jesse.
Yes, they are. There's also Noah Syndergaard. There's Mark Pryor. If you want to purchase, go to LansingLugnuts.com. Meanwhile, we'll enjoy. Thanks, Blue Jays, for loaning us Bo and Vladdy for the day.
Yeah, glad they got the day off to come spend Lemonade League game number 20 with us to close out this league.
LansingLugnuts.com is how you order. Nuts and Bolts, the official team store of the Lansing Lugnuts. Conveniently located on the concourse behind home plate, it has everything even the biggest Lugnuts fans would need. Visit online at lugnuts.milbstore.com.
Today only, you can spend $60 or more, receive 1 free game-used Lemonade League team autographed broken bat. Supplies are limited, so get there quickly to get one of those bats.
And check out that Nuts Nation shirt, the Loco shirt, all that gear is right there. But Adam, $60 or more, how about that Lemonade League team autographed broken bat?
Oh, that's a bargain. Got to get in and take advantage.
Seltzer, a wave of refreshment, crafted using our unique brew pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw hard seltzer.
To the second inning. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler with Adam Jacksa. No score. Lugnuts and Locos in game 20 in the Lemonade League. Ben Compton starts things off against the southpaw George Ferguson. Strike 1. Compton, McCormick, and Preston, 6, 7, 8, in the Locos starting lineup against the lefty. In the first inning, Ferguson struck out 1. Popped up foul, out of play to the right. In that first inning, there was a single by Adam Proctor following an error committed by third baseman Acker. So the Locos had runners at first and third with 2 outs, but Ferguson got out of the jam. Blue skies above, clouds dotting, just here and there off in the distance. Two balls, 2 strikes on Compton, coming into this plate appearance with a .265 batting average, a .435 OBP.
Dingers only accepted.
Dingers only.
That's from Lynn Compton, Ben, not us.
He's worked the count full.
Cindy Bowden says, keep it up, Colin. Proud aunt and family are watching on the Lemonade League Facebook stream.
Ball 4. Ben Compton takes the leadoff walk. Alex McCormick steps in from the left side now, tied for the Lemonade League with 3 home runs. He was 0 for 3 yesterday with a walk. High fastball right by him.
I think this is going to be a tough matchup for Alex McCormick here. Lefty on lefty with Ferguson, the way he can change pitches, change eye level. I think This is a good test one-on-one here between these two. Very talented guys.
That may be missed low. I don't know. It's not a bad pitch by Ferguson. Meanwhile, Compton, the runner, 5 for 5 in stealing bases. Another great crowd out beyond the left field wall in good hops. And a good day to work on your suntan, or maybe your sunburn. Compton runs. Throw down, one hops in, tagged by shortstop Connolly, no. Compton was nearly about to overslide that base, and he reached back with the left hand, and he held on with all his might.
You got to try and hook yourself around that square bag there, and Compton, you're right, just barely stayed on the edge. Nice job by Connolly to keep that tag applied just in case.
Compton now 6 for 6 in stealing bases. In scoring position, nobody out, top of the second. A 2-1. Broken bat looper right to shortstop Connolly. There's at number 1.
Connolly's going, that's payback, Compton.
That's right.
You can slide in before us, but you're not going anywhere now. That's what you want right there from Ferguson. Jamming McCormick, a guy that's had a ton of pop and has hit balls a long way in this league. Nice little out there for the first of the inning.
And now here's Jace Preston. Preston yesterday collected his first hit in the Lemonade League. That in his second game. Had himself a nice line drive single into right center. Wearing the batting helmet of the LCC Stars. Drives this one to right field, but Zaid Walker draws a bead. Has the catch. Compton tests him. A throw by Walker to third base. Late. Compton's 90 feet away from scoring. 2 outs now in the second.
Notice that Mr. McCormick or Preston has Craig Paladar's number on today. He's wearing number 12. Yesterday he was number 19. Today he's number 12.
Interesting.
Random factoid that I wanted to make sure you knew, Jesse.
I love it. Here's Sean Hattlesey taking ball 1. When he first stepped in there, because Craig Paladar has really been the only LCC star wearing the LCC helmet. Sean Hattlesey batting 9th in the order.
And you have to look extra hard because 12 and 19 on those Locos jerseys, they look very similar.
Have to watch for the mustache.
Yeah.
There was a player on the Lansing Lugnuts in past years who wore a mullet and a mustache and sometimes a beard. That's outside. And one day I went into the clubhouse and I saw a guy sitting there, clean shaven, very short hair. And I said, "I'm sorry, we haven't been introduced. Welcome to the team." And it turns out it was that player. He just had a haircut. Went around too far. 2-2 for Hattlesey.
Pulled a fast one on you.
Yeah, I felt utterly silly because he'd been with the team since opening day. I had a really great relationship with him. And he had just gotten all that hair that he had worn the entire year shorn off. Hattlesey swings, grounds to short. Mark Connolly's throw. Pulls Moore off the bag, but he got the tag. Yes, as the bases umpire. Morrow wasn't convinced. Hattlesey trying to dodge him, but the side's retired, and we're through 1.5 scoreless.
Sparrow Medical Minute, the latest health news and information from Sparrow, Mid-Michigan's healthcare leader.
I'm Cheryl Fritz here with Hillary Taransky, physician assistant with Sparrow Occupational Health. Employers are concerned about how to keep their employees healthy and make them feel safe as they return to work. How does Sparrow Occupational Health help?
So Sparrow's goal is to be a partner in health with the local employers. We've developed a program to help make sure that they can return back to work safely. This includes an online screening tool as well as the availability for Sparrow staff to come on site and help with screening. Occupational Health also offers COVID screening. This includes the nasal PCR swab as well as the antibody testing. We can evaluate employees that are ill and give guidance on when they can return back to work safely.
Where can people get more information on this important topic?
They can call Sparrow Occupational Health at 517-364-3900.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Medical Minute, brought to you by Sparrow. For health, for care, for life.
When you think about it, there are lots of reasons to buy a new home. And with mortgage rates this low at LAFQ, it's all you need to make your move. Because you may not have the space for anything else, but there's always room for a great mortgage rate from LAFQ. Want a low mortgage rate for your new home? Ask for LAFQ. Stop in today or go to LAFQ.com/mortgage. LAFQ, your credit union for life.
We have conferred. The player wearing number 12, the LCC helmet and everything like that, Adam Jackson and I now believe, and Adam's convinced me, it's Craig Paladar playing first base for the Locos as Colin Bradley misses inside for ball one to Joey Paywan. Sorry about that, Craig. Craig Paladar in, not Jace Preston, batting 8th in the order. And he just flied out to right field. Joey Paywan just strokes a base hit and into right field. And Alex McCormick gets it in. A leadoff single for the Lugnuts.
And unlike the player that you couldn't figure out who they were in that season where the mullet and the facial hair were trimmed, we can tell that it is Craig Paladar thanks to his groovy mustache.
Hello, Craig. And hello, Joey Paywan, now at first base in front of Van Acker. Paywan's another player who I feel like as the Lemonade League has gone on, his bat is heated up. And so is Van Acker. Ball one. Acker, another big game yesterday. Now has 4 doubles, 6 runs batted in. Batting .243. Paywan's a threat to run. Starts, stops, pitch called the strike. Meanwhile, on the other side, Colin Bradley has been very difficult to get anything off of for the Lugnuts offense. Checking on the runner. And Bradley has allowed only 3 runs in total, 2 of them earned, in his 15 2/3 innings.
Amazing that the Lugnuts have found a way to get 2 hits off of him already.
That's right. That's outside. His last 2 starts go back the last 2 Sundays. 5 innings in a complete game. He only allowed 1 run and it came in the 5th inning. A 2-1 Locos win. And his last time on the mound, my goodness, 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, scoreless, 8 strikeouts. Strike 2 for Acker.
Well, it's kind of like the 3rd time through the order for a pitcher when you're going through a game. 3rd time hitting against Colin Bradley in a starting stint. And that's what the Lugnuts are doing today.
Paywan's running, fouled back. There are some pitchers who the more you see them, the more it helps out the batters. And there are some pitchers who are so good, it just doesn't help in the slightest.
Now, those are the Hall of Fame pitchers.
That's where a batter gets so psyched out. They never want to get to 2 strikes. They're swinging if anything's close. Paywan's not running, and a fastball high. It's a full count now for Acker.
That's where you're Trevor Bauer and Zach Greinke good, where you just give them the signs in the pitch that's coming and still get the out.
Gotta have some cojones to do something like that. On 3-2, Paywan's running. Acker takes ball 4. First walk given out by Bradley. And the first 2 Lugnuts are on here in the home second.
Well. The Lugnuts put up 14 hits, 14 runs yesterday. Stiffer pitcher today, but they're putting the pressure on again in this 2nd inning.
By the way, shout outs via the Facebook chat to George Ferguson, Jill Ferguson checking in. And shout outs to Joey Paywan we see from Luce and from, let's see, from more folks, just all the different family members. Fun to check out the chat. Jill Ferguson rooting on Joey and saying that the Fergie family is watching. Ryan Abenth, shout out to the great workhorse out of the Locos pen.
No doubt we'll see him later today.
Garrick Williams had a huge rooting contingent on the chat yesterday. He's down in the count 0-2.
The running gag is Ryan Abenth pitches every game.
Because he almost literally does. He has pitched in 11 of the first 19 games. We'll see if they can use him out of the pen today. We'll see how deep Colin Bradley goes. They wanted second, Acker at first. 0-2. Down goes Williams. Strikeout number 3 for Colin Bradley, and he just attacked him with the fastball.
Well, he had let the first 2 guys get on and said, all right, it's time to get that first out, and a big one, especially with a guy like Gabe Sotres just sneakily waiting at the bottom of the order today.
Gabe Sotres waits. That's up. Pretty good speed on the bases for the Lugnuts. Double play ball ends this second inning. You see the Jackson faces in the crowd behind Sotres waiting. On a 1-0. Tailing outside.
Well, in neither of the starts before this against Colin Bradley, the Lugnuts have not been able to score this early in a game. So if they could break through in this second inning against Bradley, I think it'd be big for their confidence moving forward.
There's a strike from Bradley.
Not to say Bradley's untouchable, but really in his starts, he has been against the Lugnuts. He scrapped out, what, I think 1 run in the last part of that double inning doubleheader on that Sunday. He's been excellent.
This is a hitter's pitch here. Sotres right through it. Gabe Sotres coming in 13 games, a 194 batting average, but a 419 on base percentage. He's been highly discerning. Paywan the single, he's at second. Acker the walk, he's at first. Bradley just struck out Williams. Runners take off. He strikes at Sotres, and a throw to third base is in time. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play, ending the second inning. Put up another 0 there for Bradley and send us to the third in the Lemonade League.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. When wildfires threatened communities, John jumped into danger, fighting through fear and fatigue until the fire was contained. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Every act, every gesture counts right now. Because together, it all makes a difference. And staying committed to the health of our communities is everything. Which is why Blue Cross will remain committed to you, ensuring you can get the care you need with resources like virtual doctor visits and our 24-hour nurse line. You'll have access wherever and whenever you need it. Blue Cross will stay by your side for whatever comes next.
We head to the third inning from Cooley Law School Stadium with Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, Adam Jacksa, and our entire production crew. Thanks for joining us for Lemonade League game number 20, the finale. And so far, a pitcher's duel through 2. Just 3 combined hits between the 2 squads. We knew what to expect from Colin Bradley. We thought George Ferguson could be just as good or potentially give him a run, and so far that's been the case. Ferguson in his first start has given up a base hit and a walk. That has been it, but here will be his second time through the order. Adam Purdy into the box. Strike 1 with the breaker inside.
This is likely going to be the last inning for Ferguson. Right-hander Benjamin Reif soft tossing in the pen for the Lugnuts.
See if he can get through it unscathed. So far, so good. 2 pitches, 2 strikes.
He has mixed that curve and that fastball so well.
Went curveball on the inside, came back with the fastball on the outside. How about the third pitch to Purdy? Fastball low. Purdy with that line out the opposite way in his first at bat. He's worked the count to 2-2. Guy that gets on at will. 327 batting average, but 500 on base percentage. Every other at bat, he gets on base. And he's a pitch away from doing that again here. 19th game for Purdy. Couple of doubles, 17 hits. Here comes the 3-2. Reached on out to left. Pei-Wan towards the line, and he leans in to make the catch. So Purdy 0 for 2 with a couple of swings out to Pei-Wan.
That's still a good at-bat. Went down 0-2, worked the count back full, and that's simply a fine running catch made by a good defensive outfielder.
Yeah. That one not hit as squarely as his first one, but it was the tougher play for Pei-Wan. Here comes Brandon Shire. Lemonade lead walk leader. Takes a high strike. He went down looking in his first at bat out of Saginaw Valley State. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 23 walks, just 8 strikeouts. One of the youngsters in this league. A freshman at Saginaw Valley State. Ferguson's 0-2. Jammed him out towards shallow left. Conley a long throw. Shire beats it out for a base hit.
Adam, this is a high fastball that jams him, breaks his bat. But a great shot by Shire, just fighting it off on the left side of the infield and then using his wheels.
Excellent way to protect in an 0-2 count. And now you bring in Michael Steigels, who has been so dangerous, specifically over the last couple of weeks in this league. Bounced back up the middle, and no one can get to it as it squirts through. Back-to-back singles, and the Locos have something going in the third.
And that's a case where if you remove one of those middle infielders, Connolly or Welch, whoever you want to do, the other one's going to get that baseball. But because they see the other one approaching, they each slow down, trying to prevent the collision. And that baseball just snuck right on between them.
Adam Proctor was the only one that had a hit against Ferguson coming into this third inning. He steps in now. As again, second time through the top part of this order, and so far the Locos pushing the threat of scoring the game's first run.
These are runners, by the way, who could execute a double steal.
There's the throwback. Good move right there from Ferguson as Conley came in behind.
I like that thought. Let Brandon Shire know that you are aware of him.
Shire's not been caught. 8 stolen bases in 8 attempts. Breaking ball misses.
A left-handed pitcher usually has a better time holding runners on at first base because they're watching him. But runners off of second base, that generally occurs behind a left-handed pitcher's back. So it's good for Ferguson to show Shire now. I know where you are.
I was talking about this the other day. You just don't see pickoffs at second and third, specifically not at third. But it is rare. You see him over at first, but once they get to second and third, guys don't typically get picked off. It's hard to go over to second. Got to turn all the way around.
Can I tell you my favorite pickoff play at third base? So it's a design play between the pitcher, the catcher, the third baseman. What you do, the pitcher throw a high fastball. That freezes the runner. Catcher rises up, fires it down. You see maybe you can catch him napping.
And sometimes you'll see that at first base as well if there's a right-hander in the plate, kind of like a pitch out. 2-1. And on the hands, backhanded by Morrow. Underhand to Ferguson. 2 down.
He had a chance for a play at Steigels at second base, but he took the lower degree of difficulty. Figure for the Lugnuts defense, just worry about getting that out. And now all you have to do is get Matthew Williams, as if that's easy. That hasn't been easy, but you get Williams, you're out of this third inning.
Well, he had to get out of the first and third jam in the first. Ferguson trying to work out of a second and third two-out jam in the third. Still no score between the Locos and the Lugnuts in the final game of the Lemonade League season. Beautiful 85, 87 degree day up there in the high 80s. Fans out watching, sold out once again. Out by Good Hops Craft Beer and Bistro.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
It's important on a day like today. In on the hands. This should get Ferguson out of the inning. And the catch made by Walker. Once again, the Locos leave a couple of stranded. Lugnuts coming up.
Corona is the original cerveza más fina of Mexico. And since 1925, it's been made with the finest ingredients. And most of all, with our heritage and our pride. In 1981, we didn't just bring a beer to the States. We brought our way of life. Because when you're proud of what you do, you want to share it with the world. Corona, we share more than a beer. We share the same history.
Let's do some LaughQ Lugnuts trivia. LaughQ, your credit union for life. Let's see if we can stump you, stump Adam, stump everyone. What was the name of Big Lug's now retired mascot sidekick? This is a legend around mid-Michigan. Was it Ratchet, Socket, Wrenchit, or Torque? Who was Big Lug's mascot sidekick now retired? So go to www.milb.com/Lansing/fan/contests. If you know that answer, and enter, win. Just log right in, give that answer, and who knows what kind of Lugnuts prizes you can win through LaughQ.
Ratchet it up, will you, Jesse? To the bottom of the third, Colin Bradley back out for the Locos with Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, Adam Jaxa, and our entire crew. Thanks so much for joining us on your Saturday afternoon. However you are spending it, we certainly are glad you could squeeze in some Lemonade League action for one final time in 2020. 9-1-2, Logan Welch, Colin Cornwell, and Mark Connolly coming to the plate. We've had our fair share of base runners, a handful of hits from both teams, but we don't have that first run yet. Colin Bradley so far given up a couple of base hits and a walk. He's racked up 4 strikeouts. Logan Welch takes strike 1. Bradley coming into this outing had 17 strikeouts, leading the Lemonade League, so now up over 20. And a chance to get a third straight, up 0-2 on Welch. Inside. Jesse, what do you think it is? You've had an opportunity to watch Colin Bradley now in his third start. Why do you think he's so effective?
Because he knows what he's doing. He's moving his fastball all about, and he's holding hitters off balance with the breaking ball.
There's a bouncer to third. Williams across the diamond, 1 away.
I mean, when you face Colin Bradley as a hitter, you are unable to sit on a particular area and a particular pitch. And because of that, the hitter always seems a little bit uncomfortable.
Great consistency with Bradley. Now back through the top of the order for a second time, Colin Cornwell. Another Saginaw Valley State Cardinal. Bookends in the order today for the Lugnuts. The 1-0.
Let's see what happens here. He missed with a couple of breaking balls. So odds are, right, Colin Cornwell should receive a hittable fastball.
Instead, 3 balls, no strikes. A very rare occasion here where Bradley gets down 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk. So Cornwell on for the first time after striking out in the first. Second walk thrown by Bradley. The Lugnuts have consistently had at least one base runner all 3 half innings. Base hit from Walker in the first, base hit and a walk in the second, and now the walk to Colin Cornwell. Mark Connolly at the plate, bounced out to Colin Bradley in that first inning. What a game yesterday for Connolly. Drove in 2, had a couple of hits, single, a stolen base in the first, then had the RBI double and the run score in the 5th. Good player to have at the top of the order.
When he first joined the Lugnuts, so Connolly missed the first game. So he comes in, and he's playing second base with Darren Davis, the great Toledo shortstop, right there, plugging it, leading off the top of the order for the Lugnuts. But Davis leaves, and Connolly goes right into play shortstop, bat at the top part of the order. Mark Connolly's been great.
It's the same type of thing with Colin Cornwell being the mainstay leadoff guy since Darren Davis left the league, and he's made it an easy change as he was taken off for second. He's like, I'm sick of Bradley throwing over at me. I'm going to go as soon as I get an opportunity to.
Well, this is cat and mouse right now because Colin Bradley knows that Colin Cornwell, we've got the 2 Collins, that Cornwell wants to take second base. So he's doing whatever he can to keep him close. All the while, he keeps on firing strikes. So he's ahead of Connolly. And meanwhile, he keeps on checking on the runner. Cornwell trying to move his way into scoring position.
He's thrown over there 4 times, and with good reason. Cornwell 13 for 14 on stolen bases. Foul ball.
You want that souvenir?
Tried for it. It's the closest one. Not quite to our window, though.
Come to my window. Just a little bit to the left. That was like a semi-pitch out. Going upstairs to give his catcher Proctor a chance to throw down in case Cornwell was running.
Cornwell on it with the fake sprint steps before stopping.
And that too was like a semi-pitch out. Remember the first at-bat for Connolly where Colin Bradley jumped ahead of him and then Connolly just started fouling off pitches.
2-2. How about Connolly working this back to full? You're right, Jesse. Had that lengthy 8-pitch at bat in the first before finally sending it back to Bradley. He's worked 6 pitches now to get a full count in the third. Bradley's 3-2. Up high. Cornwell was taken off. He can slow down on the walk to Connolly.
Well, Bradley got off kilter during that at-bat. Remember, strike 1, strike 2, and by the end there, he was overthrowing. So here's the worry if you're the Locos, the catcher Proctor, the pitcher Bradley. Zaid Walker about to step in, and then Andrew Morrow on deck. If you put something close, if after all that work, Colin Bradley has a lapse in concentration and offers something meaty, that pitch is going to get mashed.
Very similar to what the Locos did, as we just saw them go back through the top of their order. A couple of guys reached in Shire and Steigels. They're 2 and 3 hitters. It's the 1 and 2 hitters for the Lugnuts that are on first and second with 1 out. First pitch to Zaid Walker. Ball 1.
Well, he does not have the feel for that curveball right now.
And that's one of the reasons he's so good, because he can locate all of his pitches. But 2 walks in a row and now behind on Walker. And again, keeping a close eye on Colin Cornwell, who's got that very dirty jersey at second base because of how many throwovers he just had at first from Colin Bradley.
Regularity for the clubby, right? With Cornwell or Connolly.
2 balls and no strikes.
This is major trouble for Bradley and the Locos D.
Favorable count here for Walker. Even more, 3-0. And Bradley looking like he's running out of steam here in the third as they start to get stretched and warmed up in the Locos bullpen.
I think he's fighting himself. He understands that he is not on his game like we've seen him earlier in the Lemonade League, and yet he does not want to give in against these talented hitters.
He needs to find the strike zone. Walker sends this foul. That one heading out towards Cedar Street as the cars and vehicles run south.
Lets you know the margin of error against Zaid Walker.
Not very big, that's for sure. Now that's batting up over 300 in the league. Multiple extra base hits. He takes ball 4, and the bases are loaded thanks to 3 walks to the top 3 guys in the Lugnuts order.
Now, I think earlier on in the Lemonade League, Adam, you and I have seen pitchers who've walked the bases loaded, who've walked batter after batter, and they're just not sure where it's going. I don't think that same thing is the case with Colin Bradley. I think he doesn't have it. I think he understands that, but I also think he's being very careful.
After the Locos, what do you do here? Right now, Cam View, the pitching coach, is out there talking with Colin Bradley. Right now, they're going to keep him in, and there's no one up throwing yet for the Locos in the bullpen. Just up stretching and kind of getting ready. That shows you the confidence that they have in Colin Bradley, even though he has walked 3 straight batters.
Well, here's the key, too. So Bradley's a strikeout pitcher, but you know what else he is a ground ball pitcher. By and large, when he gets outs, they're on the ground. So a double play ball gets the Locos out of this jam.
Andrew Morrow swings through, strike 1.
That is a challenge fastball.
9 double plays turned by the Locos. Bradley would love one right here. Cornwell, Connolly, and Walker all on the bases in this 3rd inning. One and 1. Morrow's strikeout in that first at bat, part of a 2-strikeout first inning. Bradley had 2 more strikeouts in the second. It's been different in this 3rd inning, now behind Morrow 2-1. He hasn't had any strikeouts. He's had 3 straight walks. And you have to be very careful with Morrow, who blasted a home run yesterday. He's 2nd in the Lemonade League. 2-1. Snap throw to first. Safe the call.
That's a design play. And I think if that throw by Proctor is down, they might have Zaid Walker.
Now Morrow's sitting 3-1. Pressure on for Bradley to put it in the zone, but also be careful if you do put it in the zone. Instead, he misses inside, and the Lugnuts have taken the first run of today's game. Four straight walks for Colin Bradley. It's typically the Locos that draw those walks. Coming into today, they had on a 141. While the Lugnuts had 106, but that's now 5 walks given up by Bradley. Now Ferguson's only given up 1 on the other side to the Locos.
He keeps trying that curveball at him, and he's not getting on top of it.
John Holt warming up in the Locos bullpen now. There's a strike to Joey Peiwan. Base hit to right field in the second.
There's the bullpen. There's John Holt, the Eastern Michigan Eagle.
Strike two.
Best curveball of the day for Colin Bradley.
Can he get a ground ball? Can he get a strikeout? Keep this a one-run game as Van Acker waits on deck. Swing and a miss. There was a foul tip into the glove. Big strikeout for Bradley. His fifth put out, and now it's Van Acker's turn. Well,
lets you know the fine line between success and failure.
And if you can get out of this inning with only one run given up after you walk 4 straight batters, you will absolutely take that. But he's got to find that breaking ball command, and he doesn't have it to open up the at-bat against Van Acker. At least not yet. Acker, the first walk given up by Bradley in that second inning. Again misses up with the breaking ball. Acker with 4 doubles, 9 hits in total. 2-1. Batting just short of .250. On base percentage up over .360. Slugging .350. He's driven in 6. Walked 8 times, struck out 15. The 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Van Acker. If you haven't checked it out, go to Lansing Lugnut's Twitter account and look at Van Acker's play yesterday at third base. Arguably one of the best defensive plays we've seen in the Lemonade League. Ranged into foul territory and gunned one back to first. It was tremendous. 2-2. Shoots it right down where he was in the area yesterday when he made that play. Grew up right down the road in Eaton Rapids. Played baseball for his dad, Rick. And now at Concordia. Trying to deliver here with the bases loaded against Bradley. And a full count pitch coming up. Good stop by Adam Proctor with the bases loaded. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A run already in. Conley, Walker, and Morrow on the bases for the Lugnuts. The payoff. Bounced foul.
That is a meaty fastball.
We'll see if he comes back to the fastball against Acker.
I think so, Adam. Just because that curveball right now is 50-50 or less than that. So this really is all about Colin Bradley's fastball. Can he command it? And then what does Van Acker do with it?
Here comes the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And we'll do it again. Well, this is very Mark Connolly-esque in terms of the lengthy at-bats following off pitches. Connolly's done it twice. Grounded out in that first inning and walked in the third. Now it's Van Acker's turn for the long at-bat. The 3-2. Another foul ball as Acker chased the breaking ball. What a battle. Bradley trying to keep this at just a 1-run half inning. Lugnuts trying to open it up. The 3-2. Breaking ball finds the plate for strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Bradley, and he limits the Lugnuts to just 1 run in the third.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
It's that time, the Dean Trailways Baseball Cap Shuffle. Here we go. The bus stops here. One last baseball cap shuffle for the 2020 Lemonade League season. Bus under the middle cap and follow that cap wherever that cap goes. Don't take your eyes off that cap on this natural grass field on a beautiful day. Although the infield dirt might need some dragging right now. They got the bases out. Hey, look, we're coming toward the end of August, coming toward the end of the Lemonade League. It's been a great time. So has your baseball cap shuffle record been? Find that Dean Trailways bus. 1, 2, or 3. Put in your choice. Cap number 1 is your answer. And that lets you know the bus stops here with the Dean Trailways baseball cap shuffle. Hey, thanks for playing. Thanks for playing all summer long.
Lugnuts get the first run as we move to the 4th inning on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon from Michigan State Capitol. In between Cedar Street and Larch, running alongside Michigan. Happy to have you with us for Lemonade League game number 20. Our first pitching change as Benjamin Reif is checked in. He replaces George Ferguson, the lefty. Great job in his first Lemonade League start. He went 3 innings, gave up just 3 hits, no runs, with a walk and a strikeout. Reif coming in for his second appearance. And first time out of the pen. He had a start where he went 3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 earned runs with a couple of walks and no strikeouts. So he will try and keep this Locos offense tamed as he gets Compton, McCormick, and Paladar 6, 7, and 8. Let's check in with the Lemonade League Facebook chat for all of our streamers. Thanks again to all of you for watching today's game and staying with the Lemonade League action. Lynn says, hi, Garrick Williams. Hammond says, yes, it is the last game. Thanks for letting everybody know. Jonathan, let's go, Garrick Williams. Supporting Garrick Williams again today in the chat. They were heavy in the chat yesterday, right, Jesse?
Loved it. Love all the support that all these players are getting.
Here's Ben Compton. So a good time to read the comment from his sister Lauren. Go Ben Compton, from his sister and future brother-in-law in Boston, Massachusetts. Thanks for watching today, Lauren.
Shout out Boston.
1-1.
If you check out the Lansing Lugnuts Twitter feed as well, you'll see a photograph of Colin Bradley's parents who brought their own sign to support Colin today.
I love that. That's up and inside from Benjamin Reif, missing on the breaking ball. 2-1 to Compton out of Olivet. The comments, their colors red, white, and black. You see that bright red batting helmet he's wearing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He walked in his first at bat against Ferguson. Outside of that walk and an error from Steigels, the other 3 reaches were base hits from Proctor, Steigels, and Shire. No runs yet for the Locos. Certainly know they're capable of late runs, though. Compton gets under this one to shallow center. Connolly, the shortstop, 1 down. The Locos have been the masters of making you think they're out of the game. They get behind heading into those latter innings, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. Then they just come alive, Jesse, specifically in the 6th and the 7th innings. There have been multiple Locos runs. Their first 3 or 4 wins, I believe, in this league were all come from behind victories. Alex McCormick the other way. Tough pick for Connolly. 2 outs.
That's pretty.
How about that from the shortstop?
That's true, Adam. You go right back to the very first couple of Locos wins and drama. Here's the replay, and look at this stat by Connolly to his left off the short hop. Looking away from the baseball, but trusting the rhythm and trusting the glove, and after that, everything else was easier.
That's nice. Nice little nonchalant pick in the hole. Craig Paladar takes strike one, flied out to right. And Zaid Walker in the second. Benjamin Reif trying to set down the Locos in order, and his first inning worked. Great breaking ball. He's up 0-2.
Well, that's a couple of great hooks in a row from Reif. Craig Paladar has gone, where's the fastball? What is all this?
I don't think he's getting a fastball in the zone with an 0-2 count.
Nope, there's the fastball, but it's not in the zone. That's the classic baseball joke about the hitter who's crushing it in April and May, and uh-oh, they started throwing him breaking balls.
Gets another breaking ball, but stays away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Craig Paladar, the sophomore out of Lansing Community College. Wadsworth, Ohio native, right around the Cleveland area, and arguably the best mustache in the Lemonade League. I don't think it's arguably either.
Who are your other nominees?
There are none. They're all outdone by Paladar.
Well, if you're Benjamin Reif, strike one and strike two were with that great curve. Do you trust it again on 3-2?
You might. He goes fastball, hanging up, and a diving grab for Cornwell. Spectacular defensive plays in the fourth. Connolly, Cornwell keep it a 1-2-3 frame for Benjamin Reif.
Want a chance to be featured on a Lemonade League broadcast? Want a chance to win an all-inclusive lug nut suite experience from Farm Bureau? Submit a video of you, your family, your friends, shoot even your dog or cat, singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Just enter at www.milb.com/lansing/fans/contests.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Lugnut still in front 1-0 as we bring you back to Cooley Law School Stadium. How about the defensive work, Jesse, by the Lugnuts?
Craig Paladar is cursed, hits this on a line. Colin Cornwell says, no, you won't have a hit. And this after Van Acker robbed Paladar last night. And Craig Paladar's batting average should be higher, but the defense has been tremendous.
And that was after McCormick got robbed by Connolly, a batter earlier in that inning. Swiped the pick at short, made a nice throw to first. Kept that half inning for Benjamin Reif very easy, just facing the minimum. Here's Garrick Williams to lead off the fourth. Inside corner, strike one. Second pitch, swing and a miss, and John Holt into the game now for the Locos.
Big man, 6'5", 215 pounds. John Holt making his fourth Lemonade League appearance.
Takes over for Colin Bradley, who worked through 3 innings. Well, that one comes too far inside and gets Williams.
That got everybody. That got Williams, then it got Proctor. It just started pinballing around there at home plate.
No fun for anybody back there.
No, not at all.
There it is one more time. Off of Williams, then Proctor, then off the home plate umpire, Mitch Tresiak.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. I think Tresiak just barely had it clip off his mask, but still.
You don't want to have anything come off your mask.
No.
Even though you're wearing the mask for that reason.
Gabe Sotres with a 1-1 count. Holtz 1-1. Tightens up Sotres 2-1. Bradley went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits. The 1 run was earned. Up today with his walks, 5 base on balls, but another high strikeout day with 6. There's a strike from Holt, poured in low in the zone, 2-2.
What I think was so huge for Bradley was when he limited the damage. Second inning, a single and a walk, but it goes strikeout, strikeout, and the final strikeout turns into a strike him out, throw him out double play. And then the same thing happens in the third inning. I mean, Colin Bradley in the third inning, he lost his command, he was fighting himself. He walks Cornwell, Connolly, Walker, Morrow in a row, a run is forced in. How about coming back from that to whiff Paywan and Acker? So 1 run allowed in 3 innings, and it could have been a lot worse.
Especially in that third inning, the work that he did there. Swing and a miss, throw down to second, and they've got to strike him out, throw him out. 2 gone, and bases clear in the 4th.
That's a great job by the catcher Proctor, putting that right on the money.
Proctor catches the strikeout of Sotres and guns down Garrick Williams.
You've seen the plays with Javi Baez of the Cubs applying the tag on a caught stealing and just looking at his catcher, flashing the thumbs up and the smile, not even checking the runner. That's what that must have felt like for Ben Compton. Goes over to cover the base, and the throw's greeting him, and the runner's right there. Made his job easy.
Now a ground ball left side, backhand by Shire, and the throw. My goodness, the shortstop showing off in the last 2 half innings. Shire completes the 1-2-3 inning for John Holt. Off to the 5th we go.
The Negro Leagues brought a lot of innovation to the game of baseball. What were many of the things?
Well, the first early form of the batting helmet came out of the Negro Leagues. Yeah, you had shin guards developed in the Negro Leagues. You had night baseball, which originated 5 years before they ever played a night game in the major leagues. They were playing night games in the Negro Leagues. J.O. Wilkinson, who owned the Kansas City Monarchs, literally mortgaged everything he had to pioneer night baseball. Portable generated light towers. So not only could they play a night game here in Kansas City, they could load them up on the truck and play a night game virtually anywhere. And to be honest, Wilkinson wasn't doing it to be innovative. He was doing it for survival. Wilkie was looking for a way to get the working class fan into the ballpark. Night baseball became the answer. Night baseball would become even more popular than Sunday games. Now, mind you, Sunday games were so popular that black churches would move their service time up an hour.
Lord have mercy.
That's what I'm saying. If you know anything about the black church, you don't mess with Sunday morning service. Well, when the Monarchs were home, service started at 10 o'clock, and everybody filed out going to that Sunday doubleheader. Night baseball was even bigger than that. As a matter of fact, the Kansas City Call, the great weekly black newspaper, still publishes a weekly paper today, 100 years old, said that the Monarchs would do for baseball what talkies had done for the movies, and they were absolutely right. People were flocking to those games. Was it crude? Absolutely. But was it effective? Oh, yeah.
Chick-fil-A Lansing is happy to serve our community. It's located at 5617 West Saginaw Highway, and Chick-fil-A Lansing is currently open for drive-through, curbside pickup, or mobile orders via our mobile app. And we also offer catering pickup and delivery. So whether you're Adam Jacksa trying to order some mac and cheese, whether you're somebody trying to order some chicken, hey, Chick-fil-A is right there for you, 5617 West Saginaw Highway.
Don't undersell the shakes, too, Jesse.
No. Would never dream of it.
Those are the best part. But the most underrated mac and cheese at a fast food spot, definitely at Chick-fil-A. We'll go to the fifth. Sean Hattlesey coming in as the 9-hitter to face the reliever Benjamin Reif to begin this fifth inning, 9-1-2. Breaking ball falls in. Hattlesey grounded out to Mark Connolly at short. Still only 5 hits combined in this game and just the 1 run. But again, this was similar to our game 2 days ago on Thursday. Lugnuts were up 2-0 all the way to the 6th, and everything fell off from there. They gave up 2 runs in the 6th. We were tied going to the 7th. Thought maybe we'll see our first home run derby swing off. Instead, the Locos went on to score 7 runs. Lugnuts would come back with 1 in the bottom of the 7th to fall 9-3. So again, don't count out these late drama Locos. Almost like to save it up, bottle it up towards the end. Good take, 2-2. Next pitch, down low from Reif. It's amazing that the Locos have had the consistency in their lineup with a couple of big pieces leaving early. When Central Michigan left the league to go back to school, you lose Cade Preston, who was tops in the league with 3 home runs. Zach Hickey was drawing a ton of walks. That's ball 4 as Hattlesey draws a walk. But you lose that production, whether it's on base percentage or the power that both those guys had. And this Locos offense just got better, it seemed like, even when they lost those 2 players.
We've seen some great performances from a Brock Henley or a Matthew Williams. We've seen Adam Proctor step right in and contribute. Ben Compton's been great. Craig Palladar, Alex McCormick, you can go right on down. It has felt like each hitter has had his day. And Sean Hattlesey is a definite threat to try to steal second base.
Adam Purdy, a very good threat to get on base. 0 for 2 though today. Both out to left field in the air. Takes strike 1. Hattlesey with 4 swipes, hasn't been picked off yet or caught stealing. Reif peaks, just misses with the second pitch. Reif got the 1-2-3 inning in the 4th after taking over for George Ferguson. The lefty going 3 innings, giving up no runs with a walk and a strikeout. And there's the check over at first. Lugnuts are the only team that have been shut out in this league. They haven't been able to keep the Locos from scoring. Flied foul, 1-2. Again, I feel like this is deja vu because I know we were having these types of conversations 2 days ago.
Yes, we were. But it has felt like the day games, the games that are more under the sun, have been lower scoring games.
That's a good point. Swing and a miss. Purdy got fooled there with the breaker. First strikeout for Benjamin Reif.
That Reif curveball is a great equalizer. Adam Purdy tried to wait on it. Watch his patience, and then pulling the trigger, he recognizes, and then he missed it.
Looks like he waited a little bit too long, but you're right. You could see him eyeing it up. Now Brandon Shire, who struck out, then had a base hit in the 3rd. Strike 1.
See, when you've got a curveball like that, it sits at the back of the hitter's mind. And I wonder if Brandon Shire, having just watched that curveball, is thinking, all right, let's see what he's going to throw me. He's not ready for that first pitch.
Caught him leaning, and Hattlesea is sent back to the dugout. 2 outs.
This is big time by Rife. He is firmly in command. There are some pitchers who rush that pickoff throw, and everything about Rife, everything is under control. That was a deliberate movement. The quick move over, the quick release, and the throw right on the bag. Hattlesea just could not react quickly enough.
Now a chance to face the minimum again after getting Hattlesea.
This is big. There you go. Just drop it right down for Andrew Morrow. Make it easy for the first baseman.
There's a stinger that gets through. Mistrziak didn't even act like it hit him.
See, you know with Brandon Shire, his big weapon is his batting eye. So the key for Rife is to attack him. Make Shire earn his way on. And then you've got Michael Steigels on deck. I think this is a key part in the Locos offense. Rife does not want to face Steigels with Shire aboard. And this is exactly what you don't want to do against Shire.
Well, a walk, then a strikeout, then a pickoff, and now another walk.
There you go. Brandon Shire draws walks, and he's a threat to steal. And meanwhile, one of the best power threats in the entire Lemonade League is about to dig in.
How about 24 walks for Brandon Shire? And Michael Steigels, he's a doubles machine.
That, to my mind, is a legit number from Shire, that he's been able to draw walks from everybody. What an approach.
Now he's got to be careful over at first base after watching his teammate get picked off. Steigels gets started with a strike. 5 doubles for Michael Steigels, as he had another one yesterday that drove in a run. Was 1 for 3. Also had a walk in last night's 14-7 2-touchdown win. Swing and a check swing rather, and that 2-touchdown win was for the Lugnuts. Shire now in scoring position.
I thought up way too late last night that we saw some Friday night lights.
There you go.
14-7 on a Friday night. Come on now.
Nice little Lansing football score. Off to third, and Shire will have to head back to second. That's the tying run on second base, so this is a huge at-bat for both Steigels and Rife. Still plenty of time to go, but getting late in this game, and it's been all Lugnuts pitching so far between Ferguson and Rife. They've done a great job. Swing and a miss. He blew it by Steigels. Second strikeout for Rife. No runs through 5 for the Locos.
Sault Ste. Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie.
Excited. Oh my god.
It's Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti, okay. Charlotte.
Charlotte.
No. Minimini. See you minimini. Minimini.
Is that
Menominee.
Menominee?
Menominee. Monopoly. Mechanic.
Mackinac. Mackinac. That's how it's pronounced.
Give
here.
up. Mackinac.
1-0 Lugnuts leading the Locos as we bring you to the bottom of the 5th. Lemonade League action number 20. There is John Holt throwing his last warm-up tosses before he begins his second inning of work. Faced the minimum in the 4th. It's been a pitcher's duel. No surprise. Every single day game we've had, Jesse, the pitchers have ruled.
It's true, and I credit the pitching because I think that we really have seen effective pitching in this game. Even when the offenses have threatened, we've seen, whether it's the pitchers executing the pitches in the key spots, Colin Bradley getting 2 strikeouts in the 2nd, 2 strikeouts in the 3rd to get out of a key jam. What we just saw, Benjamin Rife overpowering Michael Steigels with Brandon Shire in scoring position, that's big time. So whatever the case may be for why pitchers have been better in the heat of the day game, today following through. But I've been really impressed by George Ferguson, by Benjamin Rife and onward.
You'll be even more impressed with John Holt if he can maneuver through the top of the order unscathed. Colin Cornwell, Mark Connolly, Zaid Walker. Cornwell's ahead 2-0. Already drew a walk in the 3rd and scored the lone run. There's the strike to Cornwell. A guy that has eased into that leadoff spot. Another young talent for Saginaw Valley State. He's ahead 3-1. Couldn't ask for better weather on the final day of this league.
Maybe a bit of a breeze. I don't know.
You whining over there?
Yeah. Here's some cheese with your wine.
5-pitch walk to Cornwell. You know who's saying, thank goodness there's not wind today? That room to our right, the production room. The wind comes through the speaker over there, and Jesse, I got to experience it yesterday.
How awful is that?
It's pretty loud, and yesterday wasn't even a big wind day.
Yeah.
So I feel for those guys.
Feels like you are off the ocean.
You know, they do everything lavishly for us, and they got to deal with our voices and the wind booming in there night in and night out. Probably need to get them a raise. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mark Connolly, and the games begin with Colin Cornwell at first base. Didn't end up swiping a bag when he walked in the 3rd, but 13 for 14 and swipes in the Lemonade League. There he goes, and there he stops. I don't even know why I'm watching the batter. I'm just watching Cornwell at first base.
We've got a couple of 25s, by the way, warming up. Christopher Schmies for the Locos, and Elliot Padden for the Lugnuts.
I'm going to request the production room put up the box in box, see if they can get Cornwell so you can see what he's doing over at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Daniel and Terry have done an excellent job in our production team, and they've brought in new facets. So now they have to deal with us when we make requests mid-game. And look, there it is. Watch Cornwell just back and forth here. This is fun to watch. There he finally goes. Here comes the throw, and Cornwell comes off the bag and is tagged out. He initially looked to be safe, but a great job by Brandon Shire kept the tag on his teammate and gets him out. Little Saginaw Valley State on Saginaw Valley State crime right there. Here's the 3-2. And right back to first goes a Lugnut hitter as Connolly walks. There it is once again. Cornwell going into second. Looked like he's on the bag there, but you see him come off. And Shire, some guys won't keep that tag on. Nice job by him to do it because it pays off with the out. Just the 2nd time that Cornwell's been tagged out trying to steal. Zaid Walker. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Walker has not been put out yet. Walked in the 1st. Or excuse me, had a base hit in the 1st, stole a bag, and then he walked in the 3rd. Bounced back to the pitcher, Holt, looking to try and turn a double play. Instead, they just settle for one at second.
Just too slowly developing. Shire, the shortstop, Compton, the second baseman, neither one could get over there in time to really get things going. But good patience by Holt to make sure that they got that lead runner.
Looked like he struggled maybe, Jesse, get the ball out of his glove because he kind of double clutched, it looked like.
He did, but to my mind, that was just him waiting and waiting.
So now 2 outs for Andrew Morrow. Walker immediately for second, and he's in with the swipe and up on the knee. He's quick to get back to his feet, and he's quick to get over to second base.
The Lugnuts are now 2 for 5 in stealing bases today. Zaid Walker's 2 for 2, and Adam Proctor has caught Paywan, Williams, and Cornwell. That'll work for Adam Proctor.
Especially when the Lugnuts were 71 for 76 in stolen bases coming into today's game. And they have stolen at will and done it at a high rate. Ball and a strike to Andrew Morrow. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk that drew in that first run and only run so far. Can he come up with a clutch hit to score the speedy Walker at second? Holt fires. Up in the air. Preston, or check that, Paladar, shading the sun, couldn't find it. And another opportunity for Morrow. Well, he had a chance to make that catch, but just lost it in the sun. And this, I believe, Jesse, is the first time we've seen Paladar at first base in this league. He's usually catching, so a little bit different spot today. And that ball gave him some troubles. Fourth pitch, there goes Walker, swing and a miss to Morrow, and that'll get Holt out of the fifth. A 1-run game as we move to the final 2 innings of the final Lemonade League game.
Come play in Greater Lansing. You'll love our perfect mix of old and new, big city buzz and small town charm. And visiting is easy because it feels like home. Catch Spartan spirit, share an intimate meal, roar with the crowd, or relax in the links. Reconnect with family and make memories that will last a lifetime. Give yourself a weekend and come play in Greater Lansing.
Listen, you can hear it. Different voices, a whole new spirit. Ooh, people working together from every walk of life, making changes for the better. We've come so far. Look where we are. It's a whole new attitude. Yeah, things are changing. We're celebrating people like me and you. We're making it happen day by day. We're making it happen our own way. You can sing your song here, 'cause you belong here. Lansing, we're making it happen.
We have another call to the bullpen here in the Lemonade League. The Lugnuts go to their second reliever of the game. After their starter, George Ferguson, worked the first 3. Benjamin Reif then pitched the 4th and 5th. It is the right-hander, Elliot Padden, who has taken over. So we have gone LCC to LCC to LCC. Right now they are pitching like stars. Lugnuts leading 1-0. We only have 2 more innings to play.
Going to be interesting to see if all of the stars can keep the Locos hitters in check and put together the first shutout pitched by the Lugnuts in the Lemonade League. 6 outs away. We were here a couple of days ago. Couldn't finish it there. Can they do it today?
Padden is immediately going to be tested too. Adam Proctor followed by Matthew Williams and Ben Compton. 4, 5, 6 in the order. A 1-run lead with 6 outs to go.
Buckle up.
Safety first. Adam Proctor lifts this one foul down the left side. He is 1 for 2. A single and a ground out to the first baseman.
Gotta be careful here. This just smells like Adam Proctor home run. Knowing it's only a 1-run game, he's got the bat to do it.
They want it in. It's away. You saw the catcher, Garrick Williams, was gesturing with that mitt. Get it in on Proctor's hands. Proctor out of St. John's High School, Elliott Patton from Grand Ledge.
Comets and Red Wings.
Breaking ball. Strike 2.
Nice little pitch right there from Elliott Patton to get himself ahead 1-2.
He tried to go right back to that backdoor breaking ball. Not this time.
That was close.
The first time that we saw Elliott Patton pitch in this Lemonade League, struck out 4 batters in his debut inning. Added up with 5 strikeouts and 2 scoreless innings of relief. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Fouled back. First time that we saw Adam Proctor here at Cooley Law School Stadium as a member of the MSU Spartans. He was a freshman, and he won the pregame Crosstown Showdown Home Run Derby. Then he came back the very next year as a sophomore, and he won it again. The way that works is the Spartans choose 3 players, they compete, then the Spartans champion takes on the Lansing Lugnuts champion from 3 players. So back-to-back Home Run Derby championships for Proctor. And a strikeout victim here, opening up the 6th inning.
These Lugnuts pitchers are locked in. Patton, what a great start. Not easy facing a guy with power, a ton of power for your first at bat, and he went right after him. I think the big thing here for the Lugnuts, they've only given up 3 walks to the Locos, again, who walk at will. Done a good job keeping things in the zone, keeping the hitters off balance.
Matthew Williams takes ball 1. And of those walks, you had the leadoff walk to Ben Compton in the 2nd inning from the starter Ferguson. He stole second, moved to third in a flyout, and he was stranded at third base. And then the 2 walks last inning by Benjamin Rife. Front door breaking ball. Rife last inning, a walk to Sean Haddlesey leading things off. And then he picked him off at first base. And then the 2-out walk for Brandon Shire, who stole second. Then, Adam, I think the biggest at-bat of the game, the strikeout of Michael Steigels.
No question about it, especially with what Steigels has done. Shire's got the speed to score on a base hit. And only being a 1-run game, every at-bat is crucial for the final 5 outs for the Lugnuts.
Patton's 2-1. 3 balls and a strike now in Williams, who was grounded out and flied out. Only run of the game, you've got to go all the way back to the 3rd inning. With 1 out, the Locos starting pitcher Colin Bradley walked Colin Cornwell, Mark Connolly, Zaid Walker, and then he walked Andrew Morrow to force in a run. And that has been all. The Lugnuts are 5 outs away from the win. A 3-1 pitch. There's your 4th Locos walk drawn. Tying run down to first base. Here comes Ben Compton. Now, Matthew Williams just yesterday stole his first base in the Lemonade League. He has a very short lead over at first. Patton brings it. Ball 1.
Well, that's 4 straight balls from Patton. Not sure what's going on. after he was pouring the strikes in against Proctor.
He has had moments of wildness in the past. Pick-off throw, but no tag by Morrow. Patton now 11 walks compared to 12 strikeouts in this Lemonade League.
It's a dangerous way to live, especially when you're only up by a run late in the game.
Williams is running. Compton takes low, throw down, tails off the body of Williams, stays in the infield, and that probably helps the Lugnuts avert an extra base. Matthew Williams has his second straight game with a steal, and he is in scoring position. A 2-0 count for Compton.
Well, same thing we saw in the sixth, or in the fifth rather. A walk, then a stolen base, mixed in between a couple of strikeouts.
What a chance here for Compton. That gets away from Garrick Williams. Matthew Williams over to third base. And now he's 90 feet away. Well, what did we see a couple of days ago? When the Locos were trailing 2-0 going to the top of the sixth inning, it was wild pitch that tied up the score, and then another wild pitch in the seventh inning that gave them the lead. That was a game in which we saw 10 wild pitches overall. And here's your first wild pitch by a Lugnuts pitcher in this game.
Surprised they're not thinking about bringing the infield in?
By the way, Ben Compton's mustache, your thoughts?
Well, Donald Orr says he needs to shave it.
3-0, grounded foul.
Right here on the Facebook chat.
Here it is. There's Ben, the Olivet Comet, communicating with his dugout, his coaching staff.
Well, that's a good look. I think he's representing the mustache game well.
You're in favor.
Why not?
Ground ball, foul up the third base side. That was danger.
Oh, Acker saying, let me have another chance at that defensive play I made yesterday.
And meanwhile, Elliott Patton saying, go foul, go foul, go foul.
Yeah.
Because that's going to score Matthew Williams.
Patton gets a strikeout here. He'll feel much more comfortable with 2 outs, knowing he's just got to get one more with the runner at third.
Payoff. Compton barely caught a piece.
I'm a little surprised they don't have the infield in, willing to give up the run if it's hit on the ground. 1-run game. They're 4 outs away, 5 outs away, sorry.
That's true. The infield is playing back right now for the Lugnuts.
No chance at a double play, no runner at first.
Again, the 3-2. Compton went around too far. Strikeout for Patton. 2 down in the 6th.
That's a big swing right there. Big at bat by Patton. He starts him off 3-0, gives up a swipe to Williams, then a wild pitch. Gets Williams 90 feet away. And then Patton just comes back with strike, 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 and gets him to chase for strike 3. Excellent work to come back and get that second out.
Alex McCormick. And well knocked down by Garrick Williams. Now you could make the case right here that there are 2 different dangers towards scoring that potential game-tying run Williams from third base. There's the potential of McCormick's deadly bat, and he has 3 home runs tied for first in the Lemonade League, but there's also the potential of the wild pitch. And 2 balls, no strikes. So this is all about Patton working with catcher Garrick Williams. McCormick so far stymied today. He is 0 for 2 with a pop out to short and a ground out to the shortstop Connolly.
And again, getting behind. He was behind 3-0. Now back 2-0 on McCormick. And you just mentioned it. Don't want to pump in a fastball for him to swing at and launch over the fence.
What a backhand to his right by Garrick Williams. Locos have stranded runners, and I'm going to go even more specific. They've stranded runners in scoring position in the first, the second, the third, and the fifth innings, and they're in danger of doing it again. First, though, here's the 3-0. There's a strike.
This is living on the edge, trying to work back against this power. Got to be careful.
Not just the 3 homers, 2 doubles and a triple for McCormick, the Grand Valley State Lakers. Strike 2.
How about this? If he could come back down 3-0 and back-to-back hitters with a runner at third base.
It was 3-0 on Compton. Patton struck him out. It was 3-0 on McCormick. Ball 4. Well, now not only is the tying run at third base, but the go-ahead run jogs down to first. And the batter is Craig Paladar. You'd figure that karma owes Paladar something. Pitching coach Riley McCauley outside the first base dugout, paying a visit to Elliott Patton. So Paladar is 0 for 2 in this game. He was robbed yesterday. Maybe you heard third baseman Van Acker up the line with a long throw. And today a fly out to right and a line out to center with Colin Cornwell making a magnificent catch.
Nearly identical half innings in the fourth, or in the fifth and the sixth now for the Locos. They went walk, strikeout, walk, strikeout in the fifth. There was a pickoff in there at first base. And now here in the sixth, so far, strikeout, walk, strikeout, walk. Does that mean we have a pickoff over at first coming up?
Yeah, be wary, Alex McCormick. 1-0 Lugnuts. Strike 1.
Oh, starting off a count with a strike. You don't say.
We're in uncharted waters now.
Last time I checked, Elliott Patton, that's a good way to go. Says enough of that 3-0 counts.
Ball and a strike on Paladar, the LCC catcher, taking on the LCC pitcher.
The MVP of this half inning right now is Garrick Williams. He is knocking down all of these breaking balls outside of the wild pitch that allowed Williams to get to third. But since he's gotten to third, he has had some tough pitches in the dirt to handle.
2 balls and a strike. And how about that stop there? But it's gone to 3-1 on Paladar. And if Patton walks him, the bases will be loaded for Sean Hattlesey. Just missed. Garrick Williams thought that they had strike 2. They did not get the call. The bases are loaded.
Well, again, we saw this 2 days ago where the Locos were right there. They were Lugnuts living on the edge, letting guys on. Didn't allow them to score until the sixth, and here they are, living on the edge even more with the bases loaded.
Sean Hattlesey chops towards short. Connolly on the charge, accepts to first, dropped by Morrow. We are tied up at 1-1 in the top of the sixth inning.
I mean, that's a catch that's got to be made. Andrew Morrow just couldn't quite squeeze it. It was a little low. See if we can get another peek at it. But for the work that Connolly did on the run, throwing to first, Morrow's been excellent at first base, but just couldn't hold on to that one.
And now Adam Purdy, the batter. Line foul off the netting. It looked to my eyes that if Morrow squeezes it, he's going to be out. Here it is again with Hattlesey running up the line. And as that throw arrives, yeah, he's going to be out, but Andrew Morrow does not secure.
And that's big because that would have got you out of the inning. You're 3 outs away from a win. Instead, don't squeeze it, and we're 1-1.
So Matthew Williams in with the tying run. McCormick to third, Paladar to second, Hattlesey at first. A 1-1 for Adam Purdy. High bouncer hit to second. Welch's throw to first. Morrow accepts this one, the side retired, but we've got ourselves a brand new game. 1-1 going to the bottom of the 6th inning in the Lemonade League.
Every Lemonade League game broadcast is brought to you free across multiple social and digital platforms, including the Lugnuts Facebook and Twitter pages. These live-streamed webcasts are made possible by the following Lugnuts partners: Farm Bureau Insurance, Jackson National Life Insurance, Dan Henry Distributing, Granger, General Motors, Blue Cross Blue Shield, LAFQ, Dean Transportation, WMU Cooley Law School, Capital Region International Airport, Lansing Board of Water and Light, Physicians Health Plan, Meyer, Gordon Food Service, Michigan Student Aid, and Sparrow. Thanks so much to all of our partners for their support.
Trees swaying in the summer breeze.
Today's attendance 100, a capacity crowd here at Cooley Law School Stadium. 20 consecutive shutouts, and today being the final day of the league. Thank you so much for supporting us. Now let's talk about the Jackson faces in the crowd.
While our capacity is limited, we were still able to welcome numerous other fans with our faces in the crowd, presented by Jackson National Life Insurance. As a reminder, 20% of all the proceeds go to support Ellie's Place. Appreciate their support and supporting a great cause, and joining us here tonight, Vladdy and the gang coming out, and 100 people in attendance as well.
Ah, wonderful. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-1 game. And if you're starting to smell the potential of our very first home run derby, we've still got some time before that. Joey Paywan leads off against a new pitcher, and he fouls it back off of Christopher Schmies. Strike one. Into the seating ball. Christopher Schmies, a right-hander out of Saginaw Valley State, a freshman, 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, making his 4th appearance in the league. The prior 3 were all starts. He brings it. Swing and a miss. So he's got Paywan, Acker, and Williams in front of him here, replacing John Holt, who went 2 scoreless innings. Holt walked 2, struck out 2. No hits, no runs. Joey Paywan, batting 5th in the order, a single, though he was caught stealing, and a strikeout his last time up. Schmies looking to throw him the hook. Boy, what a way for the Locos to tie up this score at 1-1. A 1-0 Lugnuts lead brought to the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs, bases loaded. Paywan goes down on strikes, 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. If you missed it, Sean Hattlesey sent a bouncer to the shortstop Mark Connolly, whose throw to first was on time, albeit sinking. And Andrew Morrow didn't catch it. On that missed catch error, Matthew Williams scored, and here we are at 1-1.
A pivotal mistake from Morrow, who again, he's been really good at first base, just couldn't quite hold on to it.
Van Acker takes ball 1. Walking a strikeout for his ledger today. Christopher Schmies' stats coming in. You can add that strikeout from Joey Paywan onto it. Now Schmies 5 strikeouts through 5 1/3 innings. He has struggled with his command when things have gone poorly. He's allowed 7 hits, 10 walks, and 4 hit by pitches. And he's behind right, or, well, I now see Jake Rodquist, not Van Acker. As Adam, you were looking at me, giving me that look, and I'm going, Yep, Jake Rodquist up there instead of Acker, up in the count 3-0.
I like how you initially look right down, see the number 5, and go Rydquist. You had it.
3-1.
By the way, shout out to the production room. They were doing the motioning to me first before I then relayed the signs to you.
There was a famous New York Yankees broadcast where they called the wrong pitcher for something like 5, 6, 7 innings. Just missed in. Rydquist held back and a 1-out walk.
We aspire not to do that here in the Lemonade League.
That would not be the goal. Jake Rydquist's family and friends going, we know that's not Van Acker. Van Acker's family and friends going, we know that's not Van either. Garrick Williams' family and friends saying, we know that's Garrick now standing in. Broken bat, grounder on the right side, backhanded by Paladar. Spins the bat, gets it to Schmies for the out. To second base, Rydquist. 2 down now in the home 6th.
Oh, that's a tricky play right there. Where that ball was hit, kind of wiggling around. Paladar then had to turn around and throw it back softly in kind of that in-between range. Do you throw overhand or underhand? So nicely executed between Schmies and Paladar on a trickier play than what it looked.
Gabe Sotres now. Potential tie-breaking run in scoring position. Strike 1.
You know what we haven't seen? A base hit produce a run.
That's true. An RBI bases loaded walk and a run scoring error. That is all. 1-1 in the home 6th. Gabe Sotres has had a flair for the dramatic. He has knocked in 7 runs. Back pick to second base. Tag applied. Safe the call. Rydquist got in underneath the Shire tag.
What a toss there from Proctor. That was nearly out number 3. Good arm there, and Shire applying the tag. Very close.
Strike 2 for Sotres. Twice Sotres has struck out in this game, and it gets worse than that. Twice he has struck out and then watched Adam Proctor throw out one of his teammates trying to steal a base. Joey Paywan in the 2nd inning, Garrick Williams in the 4th inning.
Well, that's just bad luck right there.
Yes, it is.
Good news here, there's 2 outs, so if he strikes out...
That's it.
Yeah.
1-2. Schmies offers. Great backhand by Proctor. Come the 7th inning. The Locos will bring up Shire, Steigels, and Proctor. 2, 3, and 4. Bullpen quiet for the Lugnuts. We expect Elliott Patton will return. First, though, Schmies with a 2-2 for Sotres. He's not quite ready yet. Final game of Lemonade League action. Game number 20. Sotres has worked the count full. Perhaps the final plate appearance for Gabe Sotres in the Lemonade League. The Michigan State Spartan, a redshirt freshman out of Brother Rice. Rydquist at second. 3-2. Stays alive. Coming into play today here in the Lemonade League, just looking through the numbers. 1,254 plate appearances, 261 hits, all told in the Lemonade League. Ball 4 to Sotres.
Wow. That was close. My goodness. That looked like strike 3. Great pitch by Schmies. Better take, though, by Sotres.
Catcher Proctor a word with Schmies. Logan Welch, the batter. Now, Logan Welch has had his moments in this league as well. His batting average just .219. But remember yesterday, a big 2-run double. 2 on, 2 gone, tied up in the 6th. Welch today is grounded out to the third baseman Williams, and he's grounded out to the shortstop Shire. Rydquist at second, Sotras at first. And 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, this is where you start to wonder about Schmies. You mentioned it. The walk issues. 10 walks, 4 strikeouts coming in. But in a tie game in the 6th, this is important and gets that final out.
Cal Johnston now warming up in the Locos bullpen. The 2-0. Ball 3. Do I need to remind you who's waiting on deck for the Lugnuts?
No, you don't.
Top of the order.
The man that's walked twice already today waits on deck.
Mr. Cornwell.
To face Mr. Schmies.
Well, Schmies is well behind Logan Welch. The bases are loaded, and Colin Cornwell is coming up.
Well, well, well. We saw the bases loaded in the top half of the 6th thanks to walks, and now we get the same thing in the bottom of the 6th. Symmetry. You good at math, Jesse?
I enjoy math.
I don't.
Except certain aspects of it, I suppose. There's a strike from Schmies. It's all about how that math is framed. There's some math for you. Colin Cornwell hitting .388. 16 runs batted in. Looking for more. Looking to break the tie. Backdoor breaking ball. Strike 2.
You take that. Every time I hear symmetry, I just think geometry. And then I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I'm sorry. You were clearly scarred.
Yeah.
I wish you had a better teacher.
No, that wasn't the problem, I don't think.
The problem was your teacher needed a better student.
Yeah.
Welch at first, Sotras at second, Rydquist at third, 0-2. Fouled back.
Well, how about this? Christopher Schmies walks 3, and now he's come out firing in the zone. Got a chance to get Cornwell as the drama builds.
His coach, Pete Romsek, is on the top step of the dugout, third base side. Again, the 0-2. Strike 3 called. Schmies is out of it. The base is left loaded, and in the final Lemonade League game, we are going to the final inning, all tied up at 1-1. Here we go. 7th inning bound. We've seen some great Lemonade League action. We've seen a lot of baseball. And now we embark upon the very last inning. On the mound for the Lugnuts, the right-hander Cameron Martin out of Lansing Community College, out of Eisenhower High School. Martin making his 8th appearance. He has worked 12 2/3 innings, and it comes into a 1-1 game. The Locos 2, 3, and 4 batters will await. Shire, Steigels, Proctor. And when we go to the bottom half of this inning, the 2, 3, 4 Lugnuts batters, Connolly, Walker, Morrow. So I would say, Adam, that each team set up to try to break this tie.
It's going to be a doozy.
He's Adam Jackson. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, and that's ball 1 to Brandon Shire.
Come on, home run derby.
If we are tied at the end of this inning, home run derby it will be.
It only would be the most fitting thing in the world if all the drama was built up until the last game to get our first home run derby.
2 balls and a strike on Shire, who has struck out, singled, and walked in the game.
I mean, I can't think of a more Lemonade League way to finish the Lemonade League than the home run derby.
That would be glorious. Strike 2. High strike call for Shire. Catcher Williams wanted it up. Martin missed a little bit too far up.
Hey, Jesse, you want to play a fun game?
Is it will Brandon Shire walk again?
That's also a good game, but I've got a better one for you.
He could have walked. He chased ball 4 and he fouled it off.
Why don't you look down at your scorecard and just, I don't know, see when the last hit in this game was, because it's been a while.
And Michael Steigels a single in the 3rd inning for the Locos. 3-2. Curveball grounded weakly right back to Martin. Off the mound, taking it himself.
I love that. Just do it yourself. No need to toss. Get all the way to the bag. We have been stuck at 5 hits for a long, long time.
Yes, we have been.
And speaking of that last hit,
it's Michael Steigels. Last hit for the Lemonade League Lugnuts. Joey Paywan's leadoff single in the 2nd inning. Nothing since. Ball 1. Breaking ball to Steigels. The hits in the game for the Locos. Single by Adam Proctor in the 1st inning, and the singles by Shire and Steigels in the 3rd. Strike in the outside corner. And for the Lugnuts, a single by Zaid Walker in the 1st inning, and the single by Paywan in the 2nd, and that is all. That was a fun game. Let's see if things change here in the 7th inning. 3-1 for Steigels. That's not to say that we have not had base runners. We certainly have. Locos have drawn 6 walks in the game. Okay, make it 7 walks in the game. A 1-out base runner for Steigels. Adam Proctor coming up. On the other side, meanwhile, the Lugnuts have drawn 10 walks in the game. 5 from starter Colin Bradley, 2 from reliever John Holt, 3 from reliever Christopher Schmies.
Well, again, Steigels walks, Proctor comes in. Gotta be very careful in a 1-1 game in the 7th. Careful with these pitches.
Runner takes off, pitch up, throw down, tag applied, safe the call. Steigels steals his way to scoring position.
Another good game for him offensively, getting on 3 times. Now in scoring position for both Proctor and Williams. Guys that are very capable of delivering that single, score the run to go ahead.
Adam Proctor takes ball 2. Now let's say, hypothetically, we are tied after the 7th inning. That whatever the Locos do, the Lugnuts match it. The home run derby that we're talking about, each team would choose one slugger and then 60 seconds for that slugger to hit as many home runs as they can. Proctor flies to right. Walker went out. Now he comes in. He's got the catch. Steigels tags. Steigels to third base.
Well, that was an absolute adventure for Walker. He went all the way back to the warning track and then ended up 3 steps in front of the warning track to make that catch. It's not very windy.
No.
Just wanted to play it safe, give himself a little bit more adventurous travel to that fly out.
But back to the home run derby rules. So 1 slugger per team, 60 seconds for that team slugger to hit as many home runs as they can. Whichever team slugger hits the most homers, that team wins the game. Simple as that.
And we haven't seen it yet, so it would be fun to see it if neither team can score, if they end up tied after 7.
Matthew Williams takes a ball. First pitch was in there. Potential tie-breaking run in the person of Michael Steigels waiting at third base. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Cameron Martin lets it fly. And what a block by Garrick Williams. Matthew Williams 0 for 2 with a walk, a steal. He scored the only Locos run last inning. Strike 2.
I apologize if I just missed this while you're explaining, Jesse, but what happens if there's a 60-second tie?
By the way, this is Brock Henley pinch hitting. Brock Henley pinch hitting for Matthew Williams here in the top of the 7th inning.
Good catch.
And Henley draws the walk. So let's say that there is a tie between those 2 sluggers. Then each team would choose a new slugger and put that time up there on the clock.
60 seconds. Just keep on rolling.
There you go.
All right.
Shouldn't take too long.
Did you explain that earlier? Did I just completely miss it?
No.
All right. I want to make sure my listening skills are up to par.
Cross these bridges when we come to them is our motto.
Absolutely.
Riley McCauley, a very quick visit out to the mound. How many words do you think he said right there? Maybe 3?
Get N out. I think that's all you need. So 3.
Ben Compton is the next batter. 3. Hanley at first base. Steigels important at third.
Oh.
Cameron Martin in trying to deliver at home. That's a balk. And the Locos take the 2-1 lead in the 7th inning. Oh, Cameron Martin.
So the 2 Locos runs have now scored on a dropped catch at first base and a balk that fell out of the hand of Martin when he was trying to come home. Incredible.
Breaking ball. Hanley tears for third. No throw by Garrick Williams.
I mean, that just fell out of his hands.
Yes, it did.
Just simply lost the grip. It fell out. It's a balk. It's unfortunate for Martin. It's the correct call. And now the Locos have the lead. And again, it's the 6th and the 7th where they've come back.
2 balls and no strikes on Compton. Who needs base hits?
Apparently not this game because we haven't seen one in like 4 innings.
Fouled back. Here it comes. Audrey, no. Outside the range. Fly ball to left field. That's hit well. Paywan chasing over his head. 1 bounce off the wall. Henley scores. Compton coasts into second base with the first hit of the game since the 3rd inning. An RBI double.
Well, there you go. And again, it's a huge swing coming in the 7th inning. This Locos team, like clockwork, they deliver in the 6th and the 7th. This happened 2 days ago. They're down a couple of runs going into the 6th, tied, and then score 7 in the 7th today. 1 in the 6th, and now 2 here in the 7th. Big swing by Ben Compton.
And here's Alex McCormick. Things could snowball here real quick for the Lugnuts defense in Marnin. Strike one. You know, the whole cheering contingent for Ben Compton, whom we have seen in the Facebook chat, I hope they'll be contented by the double rather than the dinger that they were asking for. 0-1. Strike two.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
I don't know what kind of high standards that he has to deal with from his family. McCormick 0 for 2 with a walk. Breaking ball lifted left side. Pay one coming in, but that ball's just foul. Well, at the very least, we know that the Lugnuts have to match 2 runs. They'll have the right hitters to do so coming up in the bottom half. But first, they want to get out of this top of the 7th inning only down by 2. The 0-2 from McCormick. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Well, for Marnin, got to forget about what's happened here and just find a way to get this third out. Give your team a chance down just a couple to get some runs.
He strikes out McCormick. Garrick Williams needs to throw down. It's a one-hopper, but Morrow handles, and that does retire the side. 2 runs for the Locos in the top of the 7th inning. 2 walks. There was a run-scoring balk and an RBI double by Ben Compton, the mustachioed one. Going to the bottom half. 3-1 Locos.
Doc, thank you very much. Up here at the suite level, let's sing 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Just buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the Lugnuts. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go Nuts, Doc. Back to you.
On the Facebook chat, Jonathan Williams has posted game 8 over till the fat lady sings. Nobody's singing yet. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Lugnuts trailing 3-1. A new pitcher now on the mound for the Locos in Cal Johnston. And he'll take on Mark Connolly, Zaid Walker, Andrew Morrow. 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Brock Henley, by the way, who pinch hit for Matthew Williams, is now in at third base for the Locos. Cal Johnston is making his 7th appearance with the Locos and his 8th appearance overall. You want a great trivia question. The question, who is the only player to play in a game for both the Locos and the Lugnuts in Lemonade League action? And the answer is Johnston. He has pitched, he's hit, he's done it all. He's wore both uniforms. And Johnston, as a member of the Locos, 6 in the 3rd innings, 2 innings as a member of the Lugnuts. All told, 9 walks, 4 strikeouts for the right-hander out of Lansing Community College and Grand Ledge High School. Mark Connolly is LCC teammate to greet him, followed by the Spartans Walker and Morrow.
Right part of the order to have up. While the Lugnuts certainly have a chance here, we have not seen a comeback from them in a long time in this league. So we'll see if we get it on the final day.
Connolly starts things off with a base hit to center. And that'll bring up Zaid Walker as the potential game-tying run.
I mean, they're due, Jesse. You got to go back a while since it's been a 7th inning comeback. Now, they had the comeback that snapped the 7-game skid a few games ago, but I think you got to go all the way back through the first 5 games to find a game that they came back in the 7th inning to either tie or win.
Ball 1 to Walker.
That base hit for Connolly, too. The first hit for the Lugnuts since the second.
And just their 3rd hit overall in the game.
Yeah.
He's got good speed. 1-0. Foul tip hung on to by Proctor.
What a great game today, though. These teams have battled. Good pitchers, some clutch swings, and of course, the drama awaiting us here in this 7th and final inning.
This is a hitter's count for Zaid. Walker today 1 for 2, a single, a walk. He has stolen 2 bases. He has homered already in the Lemonade League. He was jammed here. That's foul. Two balls and 2 strikes. Connolly at first. Chopper hit to short. Shire to Compton, forcing at Connolly. 1 gone, and Walker now on at first.
Well, smart play there from Shire and Compton. It was hit weakly, so all they could do is get the lead runner. But now you've got Walker, and this is interesting if he wants to try and steal. But it is a 2-run game. The other thing to worry about is Andrew Morrow just had a home run yesterday. He's now the tying run at the plate.
And my guess is that Zaid Walker is going to try to take second. Not yet. Morrow hits it up in the air, foul ground. Paladar from first base has the catch. 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Locos are 1 out away from the win. It is up to Joey Paywan.
Well, again, the Locos have owned the 7th inning in this league. Whether they're up or they're behind, they have been the team with the magic. The Lugnuts, on the other hand, haven't quite had that much. It's going to take a 2-out rally now.
Paywan 1 for 3 with a single, 2 strikeouts. With the cheering coming from the left side from Good Hops beyond left field. And he's out in front against Johnston. 2 balls and no strikes. Just thinking about yesterday when the Lugnuts scored in each of the first 5 innings. And today held to just that 1 3rd inning run. Two balls and a strike.
Well, that's the old cliche. They used up all their scoring yesterday. Even though it only was 2 touchdowns, it is the fall. A lot though in baseball. 14 runs, 14 hits too.
2-2 on Paywan. Johnston is reared back and he's chucked it past him twice. And now we could have 1 strike remaining in the Lemonade League. Just missing to Paywan.
Ooh-wee, that was close.
That is a tough take. And now on 3-2, you know Walker's going to be in motion. And the first baseman Paladar no longer holding him on. Jake Ridequist waiting on deck. A payoff pitch. Bouncing in, and the tying runs are on for the Lugnuts.
And the Joey fans are excited.
Well, Jake Ridequist just pinch hit last inning for Van Acker, and he drew a walk. Here he is here. Lugnuts down 3-1. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Strike 1.
Maybe send one to the gap. That would make things interesting.
both Walker and Paywan run so well. I think if it's in the gap, they're both scoring. Strike two.
Well, he had Paywan down to 2 strikes. Now he's got anything he wants here. Johnston does, up 0-2 on Rydquist.
2 runs in the top of the 7th inning for the Locos to break a 1-1 tie. 1 strike away from the win. The pitch. Rydquist swings and misses. This ball game is over, and the Lemonade League season is over. The Locos take it 3-1. And the Locos finish the Lemonade League with a 12-8 record against the Lugnuts.
Impressive win by the Locos, doing what they do best, coming back and rallying in the 6th and the 7th. And again, that's the story today, and they will now get to host the inaugural Lemonade League trophy.
They've got the trophy, and the trophy filled to the brim with lemons. They've brought out the cooler out behind the home plate area. First, though, the victorious Locos. Remember, they were down early on in the Lemonade League schedule. The Lugnuts took game 1. The Lugnuts then won game 4, game 5, game 6, game 7. They were 5-2 against the Locos, and then the Locos reeled off that 7-game winning streak and just took command of this league. And in the end, they come back from a 1-0 deficit. They tie the score in the 6th inning. They score 2 in the 7th. They win it.
And now we get to see the trophy celebration. Yeah, that Lemonade League trophy looks pretty darn nice. Look at that, Jesse. The lemons popping out of that.
Lemonade League champions summer 2020.
It's a clean look.
They should do the same thing that they do with the Stanley Cup. Just let that trophy travel around with each player. You know, sterilize it, take good care of it. I don't know if Greg Kiger wants to be the Lemonade League trophy handler.
They're very subdued. When do they get to hoist this bad boy?
Well, as we head into the post-game ceremonies here, the Lemonade League at an end. I see Alex Sims from Channel 6, WLNS, our local CBS affiliate, currently getting a great camera shot of those lemons spilling out the top of that trophy. The Lemonade League wrapping up this afternoon. You know, they brought baseball to Lansing, Michigan. Greg Kiger, the commissioner, the director of baseball, Chad Roskelly. And now that trophy presented to Coach Pete Romsek, who hands it off to his pitching coach, Cam View. And let's see what they do with it from here.
Look at the guys excited. Give the credit to the Locos, because for a long time the Lugnuts were in control of the wins and the series here early on in the league, but as Jesse just told you, they rattled off those 7 straight victories, took command, and they are the champs of the inaugural Lemonade League season. Congrats to the Locos.
And lemonade for everybody. And they have cordoned off the area, and they're setting up for the official team photograph for the champions of the very first Lemonade League.
They've got the champagne and everything. I love it.
How many of those players holding lemons right now to go along with the bottles? The Locos of the Lemonade League win today 3-1. They win the league. What a time we had this summer here at Cooley Law School Stadium.
Champagne's going to start flowing here soon. They're shaking up the bottles.
Adam Purdy, you see number 16, number 12 right there is Craig Paladar. Right next to him, Alex McCormick, number 17. They're ready. They know how to celebrate.
I love some of the teammates trying to get some separation. They didn't want to get wet. Too bad. It's good stuff. Good for those guys.
And you know how the losing team sometimes has players who watch from the dugout as if to motivate them for next year?
I was thinking the same thing.
The Lugnuts watching from the dugout. We'll see if there's a Lemonade League next year. We'll see who's back. But what a pleasure.
Hungry.
Hey, do we have replays to look at? Yeah, let's look at some replays from today's game. A 3-1 Locos win. Let's go all the way back to the start, shall we? The right-hander, Colin Bradley on the mound. Bradley struck out 6 in the game. He struck out 2 in the first inning. He struck out 2 in the second inning. He struck out 2 more in the third inning as well. Plus the strike him out, throw him out double play.
Yeah, he wasn't quite as sharp as what we've seen before, but still very good with the 6 strikeouts. As you see him there, get Paywan. He kept the Locos in the game.
This is big, striking out Van Acker to strand the bases loaded in the third inning after the Lugnuts scored their first and only run. The defense, by the way, the shortstop Mark Connolly flashing the leather. Craig Paladar line drive center field. Colin Cornwell with the catch.
And those were back-to-back plays due to Rob McCormick and Paladar. Just great defense by the Lugnuts.
And then John Holt, the strike him out, throw him out double play. Garrick Williams tossed out at second base. How about the play in the hole by Brandon Shire?
Yeah, just excellent defense. Both shortstops, Connolly, Shire.
And then the pickoff at first base. Benjamin coming in out of the Lugnuts pen. He gives them 2 scoreless innings. And there's the strikeout by Reif to end the top of the 5th inning. He first got Adam Purdy. He gets Michael Steigels here. And that protects a 1-0 Lugnuts lead that they bring into the 6th inning. But in the 6th inning, things start to go a little bit wrong. Before we get there, you see Colin Cornwell thrown out trying to steal, just over sliding at second base. And now here's Elliott Patton on the mound, and well, this is where things start to go against the Lugnuts. The steal of second by Matthew Williams. Williams now in scoring position, and on this wild pitch, he moves over to third base. So now he's in position to score the game-tying run. Sean Hattlesey grounds to short. Mark Connolly's throw to first base. Andrew Morrow cannot look it into the glove. That ties the game up at 1-1. Then Joey Paywan goes down on strikes in the bottom of the 6th inning. Christopher Schmies in a jam. The bases are loaded, but the strikeout of Colin Cornwell to leave the bases loaded. So off we move to the 7th inning. Score tied up 1-1. Cameron Marnin takes over on the mound, gets Brandon Shire. That starts things off. But then Marnin runs into some difficulties. Ben Compton at the plate, and oh no, that balk brings in the tie-breaking run.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't hits, it was mistakes for the Lugnuts that create this double from Ben Compton.
And that makes it 3-1. Compton driving in Brock Henley. That's insurance for the Locos.
And again, it's a late inning rally for the Locos, which they've done all too well before.
Cal Johnston blows away Jake Rydquist, and that ends it. Locos 3, Lugnuts 1 on the finale of the Lemonade League.
Well, we finish what we've been seeing the last couple of weeks from the Locos, where they're never out of a game, and they're finding ways to win often as they rattled off the 7 straight victories. Finally had lost, but this has been the better team the last couple of weeks, and no surprise they get the trophy today and finish off with a victory in the first year of the Lemonade League.
Huge thanks to all of the Lemonade Leaguers for taking part, to the umpiring crew, our production staff, all the Lugnuts employees, right all the way to the top director of baseball, Chad Roskelley, for the Lemonade League, and the commissioner, Greg Kiger, behind home plate. He's the proud papa. Adam Jackson, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just great credit to everybody involved, starting with Greg Kiger and Tyler Parsons and everybody with the Lugnuts to put this together. It's not just rounding up the players and them going out there, especially with how uncertain times are in 2020, all the protocols that needed to be passed every single day, that we had a game, and all of the workers that it takes to put this on, whether it's our production team, whether it's the grounds crew, or the workers out at Good Hops Craft Beer and Bistro. It takes a lot to get this all together and to come up with it as quickly as they did and have it run as smoothly as it did. Hats off to the Lugnuts and everybody for making this go the way that it did. It was fun for us to watch.
20 games, 20 consecutive sellouts here at Cooley Law School Stadium. And we got to see some baseball. And how sweet is that?
extra sweet, Jesse, and certainly hope that we're seeing Lugnuts baseball next year.
Yes.
But this was certainly a nice filler, as the void of Lugnuts this season certainly felt the sting of Lansing and us, and many that are passionate about the Lansing Lugnuts look forward to seeing them again next year.
You wouldn't think you'd describe something associated with a lemon as sweet. You'd think that'd be more sour. But what memories? Well, it's time for us to sign off one last time this summer. For Adam Jaxa, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. Thank you for keeping us company for the Lemonade League this summer. And here's wishing you well from Michigan State Capitol and Cooley Law School Stadium.